The best of the week on Relevant Radio.
There is a portrait at the Museum of the Bible where they have a new exhibit honoring 250 years of America's birthday. And it's a painting of George Washington as he takes a knee in humble prayer to God. 23-year-old, prior to being president, George Washington narrowly escaped death in the Battle of Monongahela. And there you see this portrait of this 23-year-old, then general, at Valley Forge, and he was praying for guidance when the fight for America's independence was at risk, when his own life had been at risk. There's a comment by Lauren Green writing for Fox News who said, "The painting and the DC-based museum show how fidelity to God and belief in the omniscient power of an almighty God are real powers that helped create the United States of America." So what she's showing is really understanding God is all powerful. His hand of providence is there in everything. Like understanding God's providence is his timing, his supplies that he gives us, all the benefits that we have, or sometimes a lack thereof, and how it's really God's timing that is always there. And so when she's commenting on the omniscient power of Almighty God and that he is there at work in the United States of America to create it, it's so true. And I look at people around the world, look at the level of religious persecution that has occurred, and look at what this great American experiment has continued to maintain. And even recently, I'm going to actually link in the show notes for today's show an episode I did with Helen Alvarez, because she walks through the different court cases that have even been decided over the last few months, the last year, that continue to respect and protect freedom of religion, the rights of parents, and a faith-based worldview of how we execute our own lives. So we're going to link to that episode in the show notes because I think it's important to remember the freedom of religion that we have still as Americans, even if we are debating over it and even if we have to fight it in the courts, we're winning. And so again, I'm linking to that episode because I think it's encouraging. But I wanted to bring up, as we're talking about President Washington, then 23 years old, a general fighting for the liberty of the now American people. He had been shot by an expert marksman at that Battle of Monongahela. And there, the future first president wrote after that incident to his younger brother, John. Now, no, in that instant, his horse, they narrowly escaped death. He narrowly escaped death. Listen to what he said. By the all-powerful dispensation of providence, that's God. So by the all-powerful dispensation of providence, I have been protected beyond all human probability and expectation. For I had 4 bullets through my coat and 2 horses shot under me, yet escaped unhurt, although death was leveling my companions on every side. So what George Washington, then general, later to be our first president of the United States, is saying is he sees the hands of God, the dispensation, the all-powerful dispensation of providence, of God working to protect him in the face of all human probability and expectation. 4 bullets through his own coat, 2 horses of his taken out from under him, yet he came out unhurt. His companions all around him dying on every side from that battle. He here is showing the embodiment of the American spirit, a spirit of hope grounded in faith. That is what we hold to as Americans, and what we need to continue to maintain. The heart and soul of our country is faithful to God, trusts in the providence of God, hopes in God, endures in suffering, that we are rooted in faith. That's what we're celebrating when we talk about 250 years of American independence. Yes, many men and women have fought for this country. Many men and women have fought through the simple day-to-day lives they've lived to enjoy that freedom, to live faith-filled, free lives. And remember, what is freedom? It's not an absence of commitment. It's for the sake of something, for the sake of doing the good, for the sake of being connected to family, for the sake of being connected to God who has created us and living in accordance with the blueprint He has set out for us. So as we celebrate this 250th birthday of America, remember that God is at the heart of that. Go to Mass this Saturday on the 4th of July in gratitude for the liberties we have.
That was the best of the week on Relevant Radio. The best way to listen to the best of the week is on the Relevant Radio app, free and always free. Download and share the #1 free Catholic app today in the App Store.